Hey everyone, so it's another soft launch. Yes, we have got our hands on the soft launch of Hearthstone, Blizzard's virtual card battling dueling game. What's a soft launch? Well, it just means that this game is out in only certain territories around the world. I think at the moment that's Canada, Australia and New Zealand. But we have it right here, right now. This is all linked in with Battle.net, Blizzard's online gaming service, so you'll need a Battle.net account to get going with this, but it's free to play, and having played the PC version, it is awesome. But will the iPad version take it up another notch? I have a feeling it might, because this game, of all the games I've played recently on PC, was built for the iPad. Playing it here on the iPad 3, let's see how it goes. So first up, we get presented with the ability to do some quests. I'm signed in with my account, so I'm hoping it carries over my stuff from the PC, but I don't yet know. We will find out. Get any class level 10 or play 3 games. Let's try level up. Okay, so presented with the ability to play, to practice, or go to the arena, and loads of things to explore here. I'm going to start straight with a match and teach you a bit about that, and then we can look at the other aspects. So let's do a practice. So if you're familiar with games like Magic the Gathering specifically, and Pokemon trading cards, other kind of collectible card games with a battling element, you'll be right at home here. It is very, very similar to Magic the Gathering, but it has a number of marked differences that make it play quite differently. So it looks like my stuff is all carried over from my Battle.net account, which is great. So your linked accounts between PC and iPad, brilliant stuff. So I've unlocked loads of characters here. You can see there's a warrior, a shaman, rogue. Well, you can read them all. I don't need to read them all off for you. And as you can see, I've done most of my progress so far with the Mage, who I think, if I remember rightly, was the starting character. So in the practice mode, you pick the character you want, and the character has a specific deck of cards, which vary, obviously, from character to character, and then you can battle against one of the characters. So I'm going to pick someone that I haven't had a lot of experience with yet, so let's try the rogue. So here we go. So I'm going to be the rogue, and I'm going to battle against, what should we see? Let's try the Paladin and get straight into a match here. So Hearthstone, if I'm correct, is based around the World of Warcraft universe. So you may recognize characters and classes and races from that world. I only played in the World of Warcraft beta many moons ago. I was prepared to commit to the monthly subscription, so I ducked out. Probably wise I did. I could have seen myself getting very addicted there. So one of the things you get presented with early on is your starting hand, and you get the ability to change that should you want. It's good to go for a starting hand that has plenty of balance in terms of the costs. If you look at the cards here, in the top left-hand corner, you have their mana cost. So here we've got a 1, a 3, a 5, and a 5. Now, the way mana works in this game is you get 1 mana every turn, cumulative. So first turn, 1 mana, second turn, 2 mana, so on and so on and so on. So that's where the balance comes in. You want a hand that's going to allow you to get stuff out early, but progressively build on that to have more powerful stuff coming down the line. Obviously, you draw cards from your deck as you go, but you want something out at the start to get in there early and to build. So here we've got a 1 mana card, which deals 3 damage to the enemy hero straight away. Not a bad start, and because it targets the enemy hero rather than perhaps any of his creatures, it's not a bad one to have right at the start. We can build on that with a 3, a 5, but really I think having 2 5s at this point might be a little bit too much, so I'm going to drop 1. But which one do I drop? Well, I'm going to keep my creatures, I think, and I'm going to save the Assassinate card for later on. So let's drop that one. Going to replace that card. And we get a new card. Nice, a 2. Beautiful. I've got a nice balance of cards now, all the way through from 1 to 5. With a little gap at 4. But that's alright. Oh, look at that. As if by magic you'd think I'd set this up, but no, I didn't. So we now have a really nice balance. I've also got something called the coin. At the start of the game, it's decided about who gets what, and there's little like extra bits and pieces people can get, and I have the coin, which is a nice little card, which if I touch, shows that it gives me 1 mana crystal for no cost, and then it's gone. So that's a good way to get a head start. You know, I could now play my mana 2 card if I wanted to, straight off the bat. But I might save that. I might save that until I want to jump in with something just a little bit more expensive later on. Now, each character has 30 health, which you have to whittle away down to 0. The one that goes to 0 first loses, and the other player is the victor. You can play spells, and you can play creature minion cards. The creature minion cards attack. You can attack the enemy, wizard, character, person, thing, class, or you can attack their creatures. Now, there are tactics behind which one you might want to attack and when, but there is a difference here with those familiar with Magic the Gathering, where you don't really get to direct your attacks, you just attack, and then the defender chooses what he blocks. Here, that's not the case. The attacker chooses who he attacks, and the defender just has to sit back and respond with what is being attacked. So, as I said, each character has a different power. Mine is Dagger Mastery. So I can equip a 1/2 dagger, and my opponent has the ability to summon a hero, a 1/1 Silverhand Recruit. And those abilities cost 2 mana. You can use them once per turn if you have the mana available. Let's get on with the show. I'm just going to get straight in there and do 3 damage to my opponent by casting my 1 mana spell. Now, I can't do anything else. That's my turn done. Hit the end turn, and it's over to my opponent.
Reporting for duty.
So he's going to use his special ability and summon a 1/1 creature. Now, I now have 2 mana, as you'll see in the bottom right hand corner. So, I will summon a Novice Engineer, a 1/1. Now, you'll notice my Novice Engineer has Z's coming out. Now, that's to show that they can't do anything this turn. And it's pretty common for your creatures, as you play them, to not be able to do anything on their first turn. Creatures can have certain abilities that can override that, but generally, first turn, they can't do anything. He attacked, and he directed his attack at my creature, so therefore both creatures died because both creatures had 1 health and a strength of 1 or a power of 1. I'm not quite sure the terminology, but that means that they will do 1 damage when they hit, and having 1 health means they will die immediately when hit by a 1 power strength creature. Anyway, that stuff's obvious. So, it's now my 3rd turn. I have 3 mana. I could cast my Ironforge Rifleman, a 2/2, or I could blow my coin and get at something a little bit bigger. So, we've got a 2/4, which will also summon a 2/1 Mechanical Dragonling, or we have a Gnomish Inventor who will draw a card. Right. We also have a 5 that I could get out next turn, which is quite tasty. So I think what I'm going to do is save my coin and go with my 3.
Locked and loaded.
And deal 1 damage to my opponent. I could have taken out the creature, but I like to do damage direct to my opponent whenever I get the opportunity to do so. So he's got himself a weapon, Light's Justice. Oh, he's taken out my by using his weapon, he's taken out my creature, my minion, and now I have none, and he has 1. Now, the interesting thing about his is that it will give anyone else that he brings out a +1 attack. So that's a quite tasty card. Should be dealt with rather soon, I think. So I now have 4 mana. Do I burn the coin? I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to spend the coin now to give myself an extra mana and bring out this bad boy. So the Nightblade is out. It's a beast and it does 3 damage immediately to my opponent as well.
Reporting for duty.
So he brings out one of his guys who immediately gets a +1. And he casts a shield. Interesting. Now I don't know what the shield does. What does the shield do? Divine Shield. First time this minion takes damage, ignore it. Handy. Very handy indeed. Now, this is where I regret putting the Assassinate card back in the pack. I think I'm going to spend 2 mana here and equip this dagger. And that should then allow me to attack this fellow here. Take 2 damage, but finish him off. I have 3 mana left. And I'm going to bring out the 2. A 3/2 a raptor. And I think I'm also going to do 3 damage to my opponent. And then, why not follow up with a swift 4 for good measure. Now, his health's looking a little bit precarious now, so I'm feeling like I have the upper hand at the moment, but it's not over yet. Now, here they come. So this is an example of a creature that has the ability to attack on its first turn. It has the charge ability. So, I still have this dagger, which I can use. I might use that shortly. I now have 6 mana, and I have the Assassinate card. So, I think what I will do is use the Assassinate card to weaken all of his creatures. Then I can use the dagger, I think, to allow me to take out this one. And although I still have 1 mana left in the bank, I'm going to end my turn there. Still feeling like I have the upper hand, but it's not over yet. And he's summoning more creatures that are giving me a bit of a slap. Okay, I have no creatures on the table. I need to get some stuff out now, I think. So let's see. What do I want to bring out? Number of characters here. I think I'm going to bring out the Gnomish Inventor. He's got quite a bit of defense going on. That leaves me with 3. And I'll bring out the Novice Engineer.
I hope you like my invention.
Job done.
And that's my turn over. Let's see what my opponent does. Now he's starting to get back in the game now.
Reporting for duty.
But while he continues to do this, I'm taking out minions of his, so that's okay. Right. I think I will return this 4/4. 4 to my opponent's hand. And I think for good measure, I will take out the 4-2 with a bit of sacrificial slaughter of my own minion. And then what have we got here? So I could do with some creatures on the table. I have at my disposal 6 mana. So let's spend that to bring out 2 critters there and an extra 1.
Job's done.
Still feeling pretty positive about this, but let's see. He's slowly starting to creep up on me.
Reporting for duty. Locked and loaded.
Okay, I now have 9 mana and it's over to my turn again. Now, I have just drawn a card with Taunt, which is an interesting card because it allows you to draw the attacks of opponents onto your creature or minion. So if he wants to attack me, he will have to attack that creature first. What else have I got here? I can deal 2 damage immediately. I have 5 on the table. What else can I do? Okay. I'm going to get Stronic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He can do 7 damage to me. Let's see here. I could take a chance, risk all, and try and finish him in the next turn, but I could die this turn if I'm not careful. Do I gamble? Do I gamble? That is the question. I think we do gamble a little bit. We'll deal 2 damage direct to him. And then the question is, do I play my Taunt card and draw one of his attacks? Which might very well save me. Or do I play a card that gets me more creatures on the table? Okay, well at the moment I have the ability to do 9 damage to him next turn, and I'm going to do another 5 to him this turn when I attack him with both of my creatures. So, let's get that attack done first. Which brings him down to 3. Okay, but I'm still only on 11 and he can do quite a bit of damage to me. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring out this character, which will draw at least 1 attack. It probably won't last much longer than that, but that might be enough. And I'm also going to use 2 mana and bring this out. Now, he could have one of those minions that we saw earlier that gives all of his guys a +1 to attack, which would be really, really bad for me if that happens. He could then do 2, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 to me, which might be enough. It's worrying. It's worrying. I'm taking a bit of a gamble here. The question is, do I want to attack him? I think I do. I think I do. I'm going to do 1 damage to him this turn as well. And we're going to end my turn there and keep my fingers crossed. Please.
The gates are open.
That's a big monster, but it can't do anything this turn. But it is going to draw attacks. Oh, and he restores 6 health, and that could be the clincher. This isn't looking great at the moment, I have to say. There's some trading of blows going on here. Okay, right. Oh, this is a tough one. This is tough, because he can now directly hit me for 6. I really, really need to get rid of that 6/5 that he's got with Taunt, which means I have to attack it if I attack anything. I can do 2 damage to it from my creature on the table. I can use my knife to do a further 1, but that's not great. So that's 3, but it has 5 health. And there is nothing I have in my hand. Oh, I have 1 that can do 1 damage, that takes it to 4, but it's still not enough to kill it. So I think I need to play this one to let me draw a card and hope I get something really useful. Well, it has charge, so it means it will attack immediately. But I still don't like this position. Okay, so let's play my Stormwind Knight. It can attack, so it's going to attack and do 2 damage there. That puts him down to 3. So now I can play my Elven Archer, which does 1 damage when it comes into play, to do a further 1 there. Now, the question is, what do I do now? Well, I could do 1 damage with my dagger. That's not going to be enough, so it's going to have to be an attack here. And I'm left with 1 mana, but that's my turn over. Not a bad turn. He kind of recovered a little bit. But as you can see, these battles get quite tactical indeed. And he's... oh, that's nasty. A 7/4 creature. Oh, well, what have I drawn? Backstab. Deal 2 damage to an undamaged minion. Right. I think I'm going to have to use that on this new critter of his. So I can finish him off. Oh. But this is not a great position to be in, because I'm going to have to sacrifice. Yeah, so I'm going to have to sacrifice here to get rid of that one. And then the only other card I have to play, get that one out. While we're here, what should we do? What should we do? I can attack with 1. I think I better had. And I'm left with so much unspent mana. So much unspent mana. I think I will use this again. I guess I should do 1 damage there. But this is looking very precarious now. Very precarious indeed. I have the ability to... oh, God, he just keeps coming with the big hits now. Oh, and that's me out of the game. Not a great first example for you. Really? That ended in defeat. Well, never mind. Never mind indeed. You have seen the basic mechanics. Ooh. I've been awarded an expert pack for playing on the iPad. Woohoo! Yes, you can earn virtual packs of cards by playing the game. So let's have a look at that. I have some extra cards. Nice. Every time you battle, I think, if I remember rightly, you get these extra cards to swell your deck. So we've gone from 10 cards to 12 basic cards now. So you can go in and customize your deck, change the cards around, which cards you want in there. But seeing as I got that expert deck for playing on the iPad, I should open it. So if we go back to the main area, we can go to the open pack section. And here we can drag across this expert pack. And let's have a look at the goodies inside. 5 cards. Which one shall we pick? Let's go with this one. Sense Demons. Put 2 random demons from your deck into your hand, and that's a Warlock card. And we have Jungle Panther, which has Stealth. Not sure on what Stealth does. I have a feeling can't be attacked or targeted until it deals damage. Nice, and that can be used by all classes. Mortal Strike for the Warrior. Deals 4 damage. If you have 12 or less health, it deals 6 instead. And what are our other 2? Silverhand Knight and Snipe. Oh, that's quite nice. When your opponent plays a minion, deal 4 damage to it. Liking that. Okay, so there are cards that we acquired from our pack. There's a lot to see in Hearthstone, so we'll have a quick look at a couple of the other areas. So first of all, let's go in the shop. So this is where you can buy virtual cards, varying in prices. You can see the dollar prices here. So you can buy packs with coins you've earned by playing the game, which is great. But you can also buy multiple packs with real money. And that's fine if you want to do that. You do not need to do that. You can play this game with just your basic cards. If you want to take it a level further, then you can invest and spend money on the virtual cards. And if you consider how much kind of real Magic cards cost, then this pricing is probably reasonably similar. Actually, probably considerably cheaper because they're virtual cards. I mean, if you buy two packs of Magic cards, it's going to cost you a lot more than $2.99. So, yeah, there is that. It kind of depends on how many cards you're getting per pack. Here it's saying we get 5 Hearthstone cards. So, actually, pricing probably is similar to real cards, come to think of it. I'm casting my memory back. I'm an old school Magic player from many years ago. I think you used to get 15 cards in a booster pack for Magic, and booster packs used to be around £2. They're probably way more than that now. Starter packs, which used to have about 60 cards, I think used to be like £8. So I'm going to just guess at the moment, because I'm having to do currency conversion and stuff in my head as well, that this is probably about the same price as you pay for real kind of Magic cards. Okay, so bit of information saying that in-app purchases are made using your Apple ID. Obviously, parents, you need to be aware of this kind of stuff, and that the ability to buy is in here. Make sure that your device is properly configured so that your kids can't just go and bill you for loads of virtual cards. I'm sure you would not be pleased. What other areas we got in here to quickly look at? We've got quest log, so this shows us how many battles I've done, what levels I'm at, what quests I've got, my wins, that kind of stuff. You can battle real people in the arena. I'm not going to go into that now. We might look at that in a future Let's Play. You can also view your collection, and from here I think you can see all of your cards, customize your decks, that kind of stuff. So you can see my Druid cards. Let me quickly flick through some of these. All the different classes that you've unlocked and the cards that you have for them. And you can build a new deck, customize all these decks, take cards out, change them around. All the kind of stuff you'd expect in a collectible card game. What I hadn't noticed before, though, is this crafting mode. Okay, so you can create cards, which I wasn't aware of. Haven't played around with that, but the ability is in there. That needs a bit more investigation, I think. So we will leave that for another day. But that's our first look at Hearthstone. A quick practice match. There's way more to it. But I have to say, the pure mechanics and the tactics involved in these Hearthstone matches are really good fun. Joe, my 7-year-old boy, who you may have seen in other videos, has played Hearthstone on the PC. He really digs it. It's probably suited for around his age and up. He's not quite getting the tactics completely yet, but the whole play mechanics and stuff he was down with straight away, and the tactics will come, I'm sure, in time. So that's Hearthstone, soft launched in Canada, Australia and New Zealand, I believe. So you can get your hands on that now in those territories, coming to other areas of the world very, very soon, but out on PC right now to play for free. So you can check it out there. Stay tuned to Family Gamer TV for more Hearthstone Let's Plays and more other great content from a variety of family games. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss a single video, and let me know what you think about Hearthstone. Have you been playing it on PC? Have you got your hands on the iPad version? Are you digging it? Got favourite cards, favourite characters? I want to know it all. Leave us a comment. Great stuff. Stay tuned to Family Gamer TV for more in coming weeks and days.